welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Times Cryptic crossword. This is the main cryptic. It's being published on Tuesday the 5th of August 2025. We don't get any set information, so can't talk about how it's going to be or what to expect. It's a long time since I tried one of these. I said on time. Last one was number 29253, so 47 puzzles ago, June the 11th. But I have been doing other puzzles in the same time in the meantime, so who knows how it'll go. I've got about an hour free now, so I'm not going to spend any longer than that. I'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's reset timer and crack on. Country song about surrounding country. Song about surrounding country. Country song. Surrounding country. So what's that? A surrounding company. Don't know. Country would be refrain. Don't know. After reflection, get a repository to store work. A repository is normally a warehousey thing. Get a, if that was a get a repository to store work. After reflection, get a to store work. Okay, could be an op depot. I was thinking of depot, but that can't be depository, can it? Depot. Woman's interest unfortunately blocked by male in Parliament. Women's could be W. Interest is what's that? 9 letters. So unfortunately blocked by male. So it's probably interest with W in Parliament. Westminster, obviously. Okay, I'll go with that. Put away jumper having removed 2 coats. Put away jumper is a sweater. Eat. Yep. Take off the first two layers of that. Singer breaks rules. Singer. Is that going to be a bird? Probably. Breaks rules. Don't know. Regularly targeted by FA, Roberto Mancini originally managed Forest. What a great thing. Great clue. Regularly targeted by FA. I mean, that could be, if that was regularly targeted, that would be TREE, tree. Yeah, tree by FA, tree farm. Is that right? Tree farm? Managed forest, yeah, tree farm. Brilliant. Tense optimist's view. Tense, present. No, it's not present. I would think. Tense, imperfect presence. View, present, optimist. I'm going to take those. I'm going to leave that much in there. I don't think it is, but we'll see. What fraud investigators aim to do for proceedings in court? What fraud investigators aim to do? What fraud investigators aim to do? I can't think. Prove their case, don't they? African natives fight unruly Goths. What do you think is to fight is to vie. Goths would be. Must be an anagram of Goths, mustn't it? What that would be? Hogs, warthogs. Yeah, it's nice. Warthogs, war for fight. Draw lots briefly to follow leader in Denmark. D, raffle, daffle. That doesn't work, does it? A raffle leader in Denmark is a D. Lots are many. Draw. Is it like a sketch draw? I think it's probably going to sketch draw, isn't it? Which is going to be doodle. Why would that be doodle? Oodles? Yeah, oodles and doodles. I've been talking about oodles today and poodles in another crossword I was looking at. Charm bird removing clothes. That must be an amulet, mustn't it? No. I'm going the wrong way. Bird removing clothing. Charm is, don't know. But I think it's the same principle as the eat clue. Lad snooping around toxic chemical storage facility. Facility can be ease. Chemical storage facility would be a lad snooping. Is that just an anagram of lad snooping? Snooping is 8, with lad is 3, is 11 letters. think what a storage facility is. I mean, it might just be something stupid like a long drop dunny, or a bottle of something. I wouldn't surprise me. It feels like it wants to be something like just a bottle. That's new. Can't see what that is at the moment. Soon, entrepreneur on vacation. So SNER, I think. Soon, we'll meet presidential advisor. Once head of government. Presidential advisor soon. Let's go with ER. Erstwhile on vacation. Entrepreneur on work. We'll meet presidential advisor once head of government. Soon. I'm going on the basis this is going to be soon, but maybe it's something else. Right. He puts people out with article on kinky sex. I would have thought that's an anagram of sex. He puts people out on kinky. So that's an exorcist, or no. Out with article. Can't be if it's going to be an anagram. Unless it's S&M in some way, in which case SM article, he puts people out. An anaesthetist of some sort, number. Let's leave that there for SM for kinky sex, but I don't know. Right, more sensitive, overturned Duke's compensation. Duke's compensation, more sensitive. Well. Maybe that's number. Can't because the W there, can it? Duke of Westminster, W. Overturned Dukes. Reward? Why would that be a draw? D for Duke. I can't spell, can I? Reward. Drawer. I think that works. But I think more sensitive overturned is raw. Yeah, Aurora. Okay, yeah, Aurora with a D on the end. Mother supported by arthritic dog, so that's Ma. Mastiff, fair enough. Suggests friendless Billy drinks at home. Billy no mates. Okay, nominates, I think. Nominates. Billy no mates. Outbreak in London Borough announced locally. Oh gosh. What's this? Romance? Country? Oman. Country song. Country is Oman. Song about surrounding country. That doesn't work, does it? Romance. Romania. An air. Going backwards, okay. What is that? Outbreak in London Borough. Announced locally. My London boroughs are always a bit of a struggle. I'll come back to that. I'm going to pop down here and just see if I can work this one out. Singer breaks rules. It feels like rains. Rains. Oh, it's just an angle, right? Singer, yeah. So it's rains. Didn't spot that. Forget that one. Was this after? Go faster than stalling bikers when half cut in far off place. Go faster than stalling bikers when half cut in far off place. Motor. Is that motor? Let's put an M there for motor. Don't know. This one, centre of Great Lake, is scary. That's eerie. Fair enough. I don't quite. Centre of Great is an E and then Lake for eerie. Yep. Wonderful gallery is overheard. You would think that's a acetate. Overhead. Sorry, overhead. My eyesight playing up. Judge is to rate. Ties up. Partner. Does that rate? Judge is to rate. Got no proof that's a T, have I? Rate. So look at this one. After reflection, get a repository to store work. Is that a hidden word? Perhaps, which makes it a operate. Operate, okay. That ruins that theory though. Judge, estimate, st. Just an anagram of s. Yep, fair enough. What's that? Otter, outer. Kind of off plays with outer space, isn't it? Outer space. My present is looking good. Future present. Future perfect. Future perfect is probably more likely with that one. I'll leave that for a minute. But I think that's what an optimist view is. Done that. Estimate done. This one, discontinuing accomplished mischief making. Gosh, discontinuing accomplished mischief making. It's probably going if that's a G and a G. Let's put that much in there. Let's take that out actually. And see how we go. Republican drops in on president for collection of pipes. Collection of pipes. Iraq. Ike. Drops in on president. Republican is R. Ring. Don't know. Ring something. Collection of pipes. I'm assuming collection of pipes is either going to be smoking pipes or pipes in your house hidden away in the thing. In general, answer was recalled with difficulty as a whole. Is there an answer? Difficulty is hard. Or doesn't work, does it? On a whole. In general is answer was recalled. Answer could be no. Recalled with difficulty. Difficulty could be a whole, couldn't it? Yep, in a whole was as a whole. Okay, A for answer as a whole. Yeah, good. This one again. What fraud investigators aim to do for proceedings in court? Suspect. Nominates. Let's just check that's an S ending. Suggests. Yep, I think so. Let's go to the next down. Universal acclaim for lift. Upraise. Acclaim. Universal U. Praise. Upraise, yeah. I think that's upraise. Let's leave that for a minute. What's this? Charm. Removing clothing. Bird. Ooh. Is that Oli? Obi? 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 Robin, yeah, I think it's an Obi with a Robin. So universal is U, and acclaim is praise, and then, yeah, so it must be. I would think that's ER, but I'm going to leave that for a minute. On vacation, we'll meet presidential advisor once, head of government. Soon is evening. Eve, air. Well, it seems like that has to be ER, doesn't it? Air. Let's go on from there. Let's go to weapon is flipping expensive on 5th of November. 5th of November is an M. So let's put that there. Flipping expensive, not cheap. Weapon. If that's an arm, that would be a raid. Yard arm? Not yard arm. Weapon is flipping. Sidearm. Deer. Yeah, sidearm. Good. Lean on body part. What is that? Need more letters there, please. Large animal in river. Is that hippo? Why is that hippo? Is it hippo? Yeah. Yep, seen that before. It is the that's even song, isn't it? Is that even song? Soon? I've got no idea what that is. Okay, let's go on to manager is stud. That's boss. Okay, we get that occasionally. Okay, so wow, that's gone well for a 14 minutes 32. I think I'm going to wait until that perfect comes in. That one, um, outbreak in London Borough. Announced locally. I don't want to sound, if it was announced, I don't know what the locally is doing on the end. Ains, East End, right, that one. This one, let's go back to this here, long one. What fraud investigators aim to do for proceedings in court is to squash something. Did they squash? Is it that kind of court? Squash success? That doesn't seem right. But if that was an S for success, what's this? Discontinuing is accomplished mischief making. Okay, I'm probably going off the ball on my mischief making there, aren't I? This one, lad snooping around. Hey, that's an anagram, wasn't it? Technical, yeah, snooping around. Let's see what I can do with that on the anagram pad. Snooping lad. LDA. I've got rid of the PIO and the A. Prison. There's not many things. Poison. Oh, trying to spell that correctly. Poison. Okay, so I've added OSN. Gives that, which leaves me poison glad. Okay, I said it was going to be something a bit offbeat, didn't I? And that is very offbeat. He puts people out with article on kinky sex. Article theme. It puts people out, I think. Let's have a look at that one again. It drops in for collection of pipes. Organ. That's going to be an organ, isn't it? What kind of organ? Is it pipe organ? Pipe. Roof organ? Mouth organ? I think that has to be. Future perfect is a tense in English grammar, I think, and an optimist would always assume the future will be perfect. So I feel that has to be. I thought that was going to be success, didn't I? Which would be an E there. Reef organ, roof organ, road organ, room organ. Republican drops in on president. What's the president in there? If that's the case, Reagan, Ron Reagan, Ogan. I wonder if that R is going into there. President is also the POTUS, isn't it? I don't think that works. I wanted to make that even song, but it can't be. So go back to that being ear. On vacation will meet presidential advisor once. I don't know what the presidential advisor was. Air something. This one, what fraud investigators do. This is the body part. Lean on is to. It's always head on, head. Body part, head, lean. If that's an organ, then that would be he puts people out with article on kinky sex. On normally means put it on the end, in which case it would have to be an or an a, something man, wouldn't it? Sandman, S and M, and then Anne. Okay, I'll go with that one. This one, lean on, leaden, lean, lead, tendon. Tend is to lean, isn't it? Tend on. Okay. So I'm down to the last 3 or 4 now. This isn't going well. Too badly. That one though. I mean, organ looks like it has to be right, doesn't it? A collection of pipes. Drops it in on president. I assume it's that R there, which becomes organ. Doesn't have to be the American president, does it? I suppose. Actually, I prove that's an S. I don't know why I put an S there, other than I saw the word success. Squash. I don't know if it's squash, but okay. Outbreak in London. Outbreak is a plague. Orns, arns, ants, aunt, locally announced. Ain't. Acne. Good old acne, okay. Fair enough. Hackney and acne. Discontinuing is... I don't know, that's a G, do I? That's part of my problem, maybe. But I do think the mischief making accomplished. That might help me a bit, actually. Oh, I did head of government, I didn't know that's why I had a G there. And then that would have to be an ing, that would have to be going. So 21 minutes. Discontinuing. Discontinuing is accomplished mischief making. These 3 that intersect are a nightmare. What fraud investigators do? Squish, squash. Proceedings in court. I think this is squash something, but squash tackles, squash rackets, squash rackets. I have seen that. I think I've seen that or some version of that before, which means that is going to be an E. Reed organ. I think that's a reed. Double E D. But why that's a reed organ? Erdogan. Okay. Yes. So yes, Erdogan with the R dropping, that kind of dropping. So I think we can now comfortably put perfect in there. There's just these 2 left. Discontinuing, accomplished mischief making. Right, I'm going to have to put that out on the horizontal for me to have a chance at it. I think it's a going word, really. But I don't like it being going because that leaves me a G on the bottom one to try and figure out. Discontinuing, accomplished. Try going. I want this one soon. Entrepreneur innovation is ER. Okay, we'll meet presidential advisor. So once head of government. Presidential advisor. Error. E something, O something. Is it just the name of someone that I can't think of? RS. And if so, which president are we advising? Or is it the name of them, like SPADs, Special Advisors? You'd have thought if that's a G, that would have to be. If that's 4 letters in there. I do like that to be Eve, really, but I can't see Erin. Soon, ever, Peron, Eva Peron, and right, back to scrolling through this one. So future perfect's probably right, squash racket's probably right, and the other ones are right, definitely. So that's discontinuing. Pro is accomplished. Pro writing. I think it's a word meaning discontinuing, but I don't know for certain. Pro. But what it'll be if that's the case. Can it be a vowel in there, can't it? There's lots of letters that can go in before that. Actually, I say can be a vowel. It could be a T, can it? Like art rigging. Let's go back through my letters. Cry raging. So the reason I think that's probably meaning discontinuing is the fact I've got ing there, and as you read the clue, the way to get the clue is accomplish mischief making, whereas if it's a word meaning mischief making, you can't have an ing with accomplished, can you? Discontinuing accomplished doesn't really make much sense. That must be going, so it's just not, it's like not going forwards. Proroguing, yes, okay, which we all know from proroguing. How do you spell proroguing? Is that proroguing? I think that's proroguing. I think that's proroguing. I'm not sure about the spelling. Yeah, Boris Johnson prorogued government. So yeah, I've just stuck on this one now. But yeah, proroguing makes sense as a word. So let's take out that, just to allow me to meet presidential advisor once. I don't know what a presidential advisor is really. Airwork, L. Just don't feel like there's any word that goes here really. Unlikely to be in a W, E. Could be an R. Unlikely to be T. Not really. UG could be. IG. Oog. Not really. P. L. Olg. Maybe. K. J. H. G. Double G. Maybe. D. S. Og. Z. X. C. V. B. N. M. N. Ear song. But why would it ear song? S. Air. So we can go in there. Okay, so entrepreneur on vacation is definitely ER, and head of government is the G, which means in between those 2 points we've got will meet, which I think is linking words. Presidential advisor once. Which president? Is it the president of China? Is it Air Song? Zong? Air Dong? Econ? Erison? Bong? Mong? Emon? ESO? On? Once? Edon? Soon? Ear? Aragon? Long? Air long? Which makes that Elon Musk. Okay, there we go. 30, 40. Wow, so it was quite a modern one there. Good, 30, 43 for the solve. Good, so I've got time to go and do other things. Hurrah. Right, let's go through those clues as best I can. Right, we've got the country of Romania. We've got a song is an air, so A-I-R, going around, about, sorry, so it's about is saying put it backwards, surrounding another country which is Oman. We've got a hidden word backwards here, so we've got operate is work, to store is a hidden word indicator, and after reflection is telling it's backwards. And if you start in repository at the O and go backwards through A and into get, you get operate. Women is W, interests I think is an anagram. Unfortunately, is your anagram indicator blocked by male, so put an M for male in there. Gives you Westminster, which is Parliament. Put away is to eat. You put away the food, you eat it. A jumper is a sweater, so think of that having SW and ER on the end. We've removed two coats, we've taken off the SW and the ER. Singer is in fact just an anagram of reigns. So reigns is rules. Breaks is your anagram indicator. The singer is the anagram. Love this one. Regularly targeted. So first, third, fifth, and seventh letters of targeted are tree. Beside FA is in the clue. And Roberto Mancini originally, so the RM gives you a tree farm, which is a managed forest. So yeah, great football club. I mean, I'm not a big football fan, but as surfaces go, that's fantastic. A tense, grammatical tense is the future perfect. An optimist's view is that the future will be perfect, which is why it's question marks. Not exactly. What fraud investigators aim to do is they want to squash rackets, insurance scams, rackets, and if your proceedings in court, well, to do and use for proceedings in court, well, you use squash rackets in courts if you're playing squash. The African natives, is plural, are warthogs. A fight is a war, and unruly is taking as an anagram of Goths. To draw is to doodle. Lots is oodles, but briefly is saying take the S off, and that is following the leader in Denmark, so put a D at the front. A charm is an obi, so that's, I think that's a sash in on Japanese clothing. So the bird removing its clothing is a robin without the R on the end. Lad snooping is an anagram of poison gland. Around is your anagram indicator, and poison gland has toxic chemical storage facility. This is word I've never heard. Air long. Soon means air long apparently. We've got, as you will have heard me just say recently, entrepreneur on vacation is the ER at the start. Head of government is the G from government, and then we've got the presidential advisor once, which is Elon, as in Elon Musk, who was advising Donald Trump for a few months earlier this year. He puts man out. He puts people out. Well, the Sandman is the person who sends you to sleep, apparently. Good old Enter the Sandman would be my walk-up song for the crossword, I think. If we were doing these, if I was doing them, maybe I'll start playing it, who knows. Anyway, an article is an going on the end of kinky sex, which is S&M, sadomasochism, S&M. Right, on the downs we've got more sensitive is raw, going upwards, overturned, and D for Duke on the end makes it conversation, which is a reward. Mother is MA, supported by arthritic, which is stiff, which gives you a dog, which is mastiff. Well, I did the Guardian crossword today, and that had lots of it. Had a dog theme in it, so I did see the mastiff in my Observer book of dogs when I was doing them. So there we go. Even if it didn't get into the clues. Suggests is nominates, and friendless Billy drinks at home. Well, back in the old days we used to say if you've got no friends you're Billy no mates. Drinks at home is in, so drinks is saying put in into it. Outbreak in London, so outbreak is an acne spots. London borough announced locally, so I guess the borough of Hackney is part of the East End, so it's acne. That's how Cockneys speak apparently. To go faster than stalling bikers when half cut in far off place. Well, I kind of just biffed that from the far off place is outer space. Go faster than stalling bikers. So, what have we got? Go faster isn't an anagram. Go faster. Outpace. Okay, yeah, outpace is to go faster, and that leaves us ERS, bikers when half cut, so take the BIK off of bikers. Stalling is saying go faster than stalling bikers, so put the ERS into outpace. Centre of Great is an E, and then Lake is Great Lake. Centre of Great Lake is scary. Oh yeah, scary is Erie. With double E, and the Great Lake is Lake Erie, but we actually need the centre of Great is the first E to get to Great. Yeah, so there we go. Cool. But the Great Lake is not. You've got to separate that. Wonderful is Ace. Gallery is the Tate Gallery, Crossworld's favourite gallery, and overhead is put acetates on overhead projectors back in the day. To judge is to estimate. Ties is an anagram of the ESTI part. Up is your anagram indicator, and a partner is a mate. Discontinuing is proroguing, a word that Boris Johnson taught us back in 2019 when he prorogued Parliament. Accomplished mischief making might be pro as in professional roguing. Republican drops in on president for collection of pipes. Well, collection pipes must be a reed organ. We've got Erdogan, President Erdogan. So the R of Erdogan is going down. I can't think what his name is. Drops in on. Okay, on is re. So I'm writing to re this matter on this matter. So Erdogan with the R moving down. Right. In general is as a whole. That's just a phrase. A for answer. Was recalled, so put was upwards, gives you the SAW, and difficulty, if you're in difficulty, you're in a hole. Universal is a U, acclaim is praise, and a lift is an upraise. The weapon here is a sidearm, is flipping, so SI, expensive is dear, on the 5th of November, so the 5th letter of November is an M. If you've got leanings and you tend towards something, so to lean is to tend, on is in the clue, which gives you a tendon, which is a body part. There are many body parts with tendons in them. Large animal is a hippo, in is hip, and the river Po. And finally, we often see manager for boss and stud, so yeah, just a double definition really. Manager is the boss, and a stud is a type of boss. You emboss something, it's stud sticking out, I think. But we often see those clued in separately. So there we go, all done, 30:43. Gosh, glad to get through that one. Finish it off. A couple of hard ones down in that corner, but thanks for watching.